moving back to your own background, what was your background leading up to where you are now in terms of education and studies?
I left school when I was 16 and went to work for British Telecom, so I did an apprenticeship for a few years, and subsequently, about 6 years after I'd left school, I went back into university studying more electrical electronic engineering. Computing at that time used to be just the cards that you'd print out and you'd hand them in as a program, and you'd get a result back about 3 days later to tell you you'd missed a full stop off and therefore the program didn't work. So it was early days of computers, but I was able to learn from that. Subsequently I did a PhD which involved computers and robots and some of the theory behind it. And I've been involved in universities ever since as computers have developed and networking has become more powerful, and more recently integrating computers and networking with humans.
Now, you've been awarded a wide variety of honorary degrees and medals. Which of those has meant the most to you and why?
I think two of the things I've achieved, been awarded, meant a lot to me. One was the Royal Society of Medicine, the Ellis and Cliff Medal, which was about the biomedical research I'm doing, helping a lot of people with the technology. But also there's the Mountbatten Medal, which involves the IET and the BCS and the Fellowship of Royal Academy of Engineering. So all of those institutes, if you like, institutions go together to decide on who receives the Mountbatten Medal. So that was more of a general thing for the engineering and computing contribution that I've made. But anything like that is great fun.
I'm just curious, what attracted you to science in the first place?
I think when I look back as a kid, I enjoyed science fiction. I disagreed at school with most of the things they told me about science, and I would argue with them, and hence to try and prove my version of it. I wanted science is also, it can be quite tough, it makes you think, you've got to work on it, and I like the challenge, to be perfectly honest. We can all go and stand on a stage and perform, but science is a bit more difficult than that. And I think rising to the challenge or proving to yourself that you can understand what might be a difficult concept, but then change the concept in a way, that science is a moving thing, that we know what we think we know at the moment, but in a few years' time we'll have a different view on it, and that you can be part of that view. So I think it's an exciting area to be in, generally, that you can be part of changing the world in a way you can't really anywhere else.
Did you have any role models as you were moving up through the ranks?
I would say in terms of role models when I was a kid, they're more sort of pioneers, if you like. Different people, people like Captain Scott going to the Antarctic and killing himself and everything, but the possibilities of doing that in science. I guess I was excited by some of the work, a guy, Mike Brady at Oxford University, he was looking at helping people in using AI, if you like, to understand about different cancers and so on. And I guess following along, if I've been able to follow in his shoes to some extent, then I've been delighted.